You know, guys, Hogwarts is a pretty cool school.
Yeah, we're in our senior year, and we have to give these freshmen a tour of Hogwarts now.
Oh, Ron, it'll be fun to share our knowledge of the school with them.
Professor Roselle wants us to show them some pretty cool artwork.
Good thing this whole school is covered in art.
How about we just show them the coolest ones?
I know exactly what to show them.
Oh, look, here they come now.
Look, it's Harry Potter!
Calm down, I'm not that cool.
He's right.
Alright, I'm showing you the first piece. Follow me. This work is called Portrait of a Young Girl, Eaton Place by Bill Brandt. Brandt was a black and white photographer and photojournalist who greatly influenced modern photography. His early works focused on British society, and he later transitioned to nudes. Portrait of a Young Girl was taken during Brandt's transition period. This photo was taken up close of a girl in profile, which allows the viewer to see detail in her face as well as the surrounding area. Brandt explored the effects of depth of field by using a wide-angle camera, which he used in this photograph. Bill Brandt commented that the influence for this photo comes from the isolationist theme of Orson Welles' Citizen Kane. Brandt deliberately chose to capture the girl up close in the vastness of the empty room to force the viewer to observe the stoic nature of her face. The high contrast of the photo alludes to the tension of feeling alone and being lonely as a result of isolation. Both Welles' film and Brandt's photo reflect the social climate of the late 40s and 50s. Bill Brandt created a name for himself in black and white photography by pioneering unique techniques of retouching his photos in the darkroom. Influenced by surrealism, Brandt incorporated distortion and depth of field in his photographs, and also incorporated his own genius in the darkroom. Surrealist photographers usually created sexualized images, and although Portrait of a Young Girl, Eaton Place does not appear sexual, it was taken at a time in which Brandt was transitioning his style and beginning to take nudes. In this photo, the viewer is left wondering about the rest of the girl because of her placement in the empty, naturally lit room. In the photo, he was able to capture the silver gray tone of the building in the background while also capturing the contrast between the girl's face and the wall in the room. Because the photo is black and white, it sheds the distractions of color and allows the viewer to focus solely on the subject and be moved through the photograph by the contrast of light and dark. Brandt's innovativeness and ability to use a lens to capture exactly what he was feeling is what made him such an influential photographer. Okay kids, now I'm going to take you to Ron.
We're flying?
Heck yeah we are!
How's the tour going, everyone?
Great, Hogwarts is awesome.
You know what's even better than that? Seeing more artwork. Here's our artwork.
Largely remembered as an American regionalist artist, Thomas Hart Benton's arguably most notable work was a set of 10 murals called America Today. It strongly resonates with core nuances from this art movement. The roots of American regionalism originate from a time of economic uncertainty, also known as the Great Depression, during the 1930s. Common characteristics of art in this movement include the rather realistic depiction of rural and daily life middle-class Americans. To promote a more genuine American art movement as opposed to their contemporaries in Europe, regionalist artists, especially Benton, were inspired to depict the lives of rural Americans. Just as the title City Building suggests, Benton is depicting an assortment of scenes that collectively contribute to the construction buildings that one would usually see in a city. Among the male figures depicted, Benton depicts an African-American construction worker as the most detailed and largest in scale, arguably almost as large as the building next to him. The significant presence and sense of compositional structure that the African American construction worker provides to the overall composition suggests that Benton felt that these people were literally the foundations of industrial America. Due to the trend of increasing dependency of African American labor during the era of industrialism, Benton incorporated this realization into his mural composition in multiple ways, such as the large-scale and strong compositional linear elements that emit from the male worker. Examples of linear elements associated with the male construction worker would be the jackhammer that he's using and the tall white building, whose vertical lines and diagonals echo the general outline of the worker's figure. In this sense, Benton is embracing elements of realism through his suggested commentary on the social dynamics of capitalism and America's reliance on this population as a vital source of labor.
Okay, well now time to visit my girl Hermione.
What took you so long?
Sorry, I got lost.
You're in your 7th year. I get confused about these things. Hey kids, it's time for your last art piece, so don't get too excited. Christina's World is a notorious painting created by American artist Andrew Wyeth. He is classified as a realist painter due to his truthful depiction of subject matter. Christina's World was painted in 1948 with egg tempera on a gessoed panel. The subject is identified as Christina Olson, a neighbor of Wyeth, who suffered from polio, which paralyzed her lower body. This painting was created in the years following World War II. One of the themes characterizing the paintings of this time period is the alienation felt by people who had been affected by the grievances of war. Wyeth uses colorful strokes of paint to create the vast expanse of a field, separating the handicapped subject from her final destination. The painting is subdivided into a triangular layout, with Christina at the head of the triangle and the two houses at the end of each leg of the triangle. The color scheme also plays an important role in highlighting the subject of the painting. Christina is portrayed in the front of the painting in a pale pink dress, emphasizing youth and fragility. This contrasts heavily with the dark browns, yellows, and grays that dominate the rest of the painting. Once again, this disparity in color emphasizes the alienation between Christina and her surroundings. Additionally, Wyeth employs an impactful point of view, placing the viewer behind Christina, as though watching her struggle to reach the home without really being able to assist her. Christina's World still faced criticism from many different sources. For example, critics have chastised Wyeth's emphasis on Christina's handicap and characterized it as exploitation. This painting is instrumental in understanding the chronological development of art because it provides a transition between abstract expressionism and American realism. This is because it includes the emotive mood of abstract expressionism while also displaying an everyday scene. Overall, Christina's World raises countless questions, but perhaps the most important question is, what is this young woman's story?
Well, that was a great tour. I hope everyone had fun.